And what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's Bitcoin and Chainlink analysis video. So here we are, Bitcoin on that weekly time frame. Quite frankly, guys, Bitcoin hasn't given us much to talk about today. Nothing different from, well, Sean's analysis from yesterday. But besides the whole thing that this is a bearish picture. Okay. Now I do have this beautiful red line segment smacked on my chart. Now this level is pretty much sitting at that 8,470 region. How did I get that? Just switch on that beautiful Ichimoku cloud. For those of you who do not know what Ichimoku settings we use here at Mango, it is that 20, 60, 120, 30. Okay, these are the double settings that we use here. And notice how that line segment is in line with that beautiful Tenkin. Okay, the Tenkin is sitting at 8,462. That's how I got that level. In fact, I'm going to mark one more line segment right here. Notice how that 21 EMA is converging with that Kijun right there. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that that region too. That is at what is that? Kijun is sitting at 8,600, give or take. Okay, I'm going to change that color to match that of the Tenkin right there. But that is the zone I am looking at. I am expecting Bitcoin to come up and test that zone. Okay, that is the next most immediate zone of resistance, and I think there's a lot of confluence in that area. And not just that, guys, more often than not, if you kind of just do a bit of back testing on Bitcoin, you'll notice that on these major time frames, when it loses a major level like the Tenkin and the Kijun, more often than not, you will get that retest. Okay, so I am banking on that retest. In fact, I think because it is a strong level, because there is a lot of confluence in there, will we actually get that that retest. So this is the level here on the weekly. If you get onto that 4-day time frame, just to show you the confluence in this area, if you get onto the 4-day time frame, notice how that 8,400 region also lines up with the 4-day bottom of the cloud there. Right? And you have that Tenkin and the 21 just, you know, slightly above that 8,600 region. So that is also something to note. How about on that 3-day time frame? Let's go and see where price is relative to the 3-day time frame. I'm going to switch off all these horizontals, and I want you to notice where that Kijun is. Okay, once again, guys, that Kijun is sitting at 8,462 confluence. So lines back on. Once again, and notice how the bottom of the 3-day cloud is also sitting at that 8,600 region, which is in line with that weekly 21 as well as the weekly Kijun. Right, so back to that 3-day time frame. So there's like I said, a lot of confluence. Once again, let's get onto that 2-day time frame just to kind of drive the point in there. Switch off all these horizontals. Where is that 2-day Kijun, guys? Once again, 8,462. Too much confluence. All these levels that were lost and not retested. I will be expecting a retest of this level. Upon that retest, will I be taking a short? Okay, I think this is major technical weakness on Bitcoin's chart right now. And I think that will be it'll be a very easy sort of trade to manage because this is such a strong level. I will be expecting, you know, it to be a very straightforward trade to manage. This is all hypothesis-based trading here at Mango, guys. Okay, so if I am invalidated on this trade, it's going to happen very fast. I will know that I am wrong very fast. If price closes over this region, over this 8,600 region, I know that I am wrong. I know so fast that I am wrong. It's going to be such an easy trade to manage. Okay, so remember, it's always an if this then that. While I think that this is a good kind of zone to short, you know, I will always be looking at how price reacts off of the zone. If we do close above, I know that I am invalidated very fast. Okay, however, if we hold this as resistance, I'm like, okay, chances are coming down further. Right, so that is definitely something I will be looking for on Bitcoin, but that is the most major sort of zone of resistance I am looking to short on the much higher time frames. So once again, guys, this is the 2-day. Notice how that zone is in line with that 2-day Kijun. Brilliant. So allow me to just switch on that 10 SMA. I like my 10 SMA being on my chart. And guys, notice how we have that that bearish kind of cross there, that 21 EMA over that 10 SMA. And also, like, so we came down here. So notice how Bitcoin did a beautiful C-span trade on that 2-day time frame. You know, bounced right off of it, tested that Tenkin only to get rejected right off of it, and boom. So, and guys, we have lost that 2-day cloud. We did close a 2-day candle today, and we did lose that cloud. Okay. Now, if you just zoom out of Bitcoin's price action and just observe how price has reacted relative to that 2-day cloud, you'll notice that it has been a good guide. Every time we have lost that cloud, we've made a further push to the downside. Lost the cloud, further push. But now what is to note here is that we do have some immediate kind of support that Bitcoin is also currently sitting at, which is that 7,700 region. Guys, this is support not only on the 2-day, but it is also support going all the way up to the monthly time frame. This is major support, guys. 7,700, be careful. Okay, watch at how price reacts off of this level. If it breaks, I'm saying further push to the downside. However, price could very well also bounce on this level given the significance, the historic significance of this level. So be careful here. But like I said, I do believe just taking a short here will give me a good sort of buffer zone, you know, even coming down. If we do get rejected off of here, I think chances are price could very well sort of come back down and test this level, the 7,700 level once again, if and only if it has to bounce up. But I'm giving myself this much of a buffer. Okay, so but that's what I'm going to be looking for on Bitcoin. That is the trade I am so ready for. But once again, guys, Bitcoin on the 2-day time frame. Let's go ahead and, you know, switch on that, get onto that daily time frame. What do we have on the daily here? And is there any confluence with our beautiful zone of resistance that I want to take a short on? And yes, this is also the bottom of the cloud here on the 1-day time frame. Notice how the 10 SMA is also smack between that zone between 8,600 all the way down to 8,400. So that too, you know, something to watch out for. And holy moly, guys, holy moly, I think the first sort of tell in terms of Bitcoin sort of price weakness was when we lost that 21 EMA. Right, we lost that 21 EMA as well as that 10, as well as the Tenkin, held it as resistance, took it back for 1 day very briefly, only to lose it on that next candle close. And notice how we held that as we've been holding that daily 21 EMA as resistance. That was the first tell. Okay, and as soon as we got rejected off of that on March 7th, boom. Okay, and like I said, more often than not, when we lose these kind of major levels, like we lost that freaking cloud in one fell swoop, I believe that we could very well get a retest of this region. However, I won't be surprised, okay? I won't be surprised if this does get front run, given, you know, the amount of people that are looking at this zone of resistance right now. I'm sure a lot of people have already placed their orders here. So like I said, I won't be surprised if this gets sold into quite immediately. So watch out for that, okay? This may very well get also front run on many other exchanges. So I will be anticipating, you know, such price action as well. Bitcoin on the daily. Now let's go and see if, you know, Bitcoin is doing something on those lower time frames to give us a bit of you know, bullish sort of perspective in terms of actually coming up and testing that zone of resistance here. So first of all, let's start with that 12-hour. This is what I see on the 12-hour. I'll show you what I see on the 12-hour. Notice how we have been holding that 7,700 region as support. So that is good. Good news. Good news. But quite honestly, guys, on the 12-hour, if I do want to see that that zone get tested again, okay, I will be looking for price to maintain that 7,700 region on the 12-hour. This is also a major zone of support on the 12-hour. Losing this, I think, is some immediate price structure weakness. I will be looking for a further sort of push to the downside even without that retest. So for us to actually get up to this zone right here, I will be looking for that 12-hour to show some strength on that 7,700 region. I do not want a candle close below this level, okay? But what I see here is a possible, okay, potential W-like formation, with this red line over here, this very thin red line being the neckline of that formation. And this, the measured move of this formation right here, apologies for that, I believe this formation would take Bitcoin all the way up to 8,600, guys. 8,600, which is also in line with our weekly Kijun and 21 EMA and as well as a bunch of freaking levels that I showed you on some of the other higher time frames. But this is all in line with that. Now this is if and only if, of course, guys, this is premature. Okay, this does not come to life until and unless we break this neckline here at 8,122. So watch out for that. I will definitely be keeping an eye out on that. But this is, you know, Bitcoin on the 12-hour time frame. If we do want price to come up here, we do not want the 12-hour losing that 7,700 region. We do not want to see a candle close below that level. Okay, let's get onto that 4-hour. Any sort of, you know, strength and structure to suggest that we could make our way up to that 8,400 region. And there we go, guys. Okay, so what do you see here? Let's actually go ahead and switch on that 10 SMA. I want to see what price is doing relative to the 10. And what are we doing? Okay, so price, it's still weak, okay? I'm going to be very, very honest with you guys. I do not want to let my biases kick in. Just because I see certain things on the chart does not mean I impose that on you. I'm going to try and approach this with as much clarity as I can. Now, what I see over here is that this is not bullish in any form. Okay, for me to actually anticipate a further sort of push to the upside, possibly testing that neckline sitting here at that 8,100 region, I would first want price to take back that 10 simple moving average on the 4-hour. If and only if it does that, will we actually see a further push to the upside, testing not only that neckline but also that 21 EMA. If we see a close over the 21 EMA, over that 4-hour 21 EMA, would I expect a further push to the upside, testing the zone of resistance here? Okay. But notice how I am drawing this out for you. It is if this, then that. If we take out the 10 SMA, will we see a push to the 21? If we take out the 21, will we see a push to that zone? So remember, all hypothesis here. It's all one big hypothesis, one hypothesis over another, okay? If this, then that, if this, then that. No biases, guys. I mean, you can trade this vol. The best thing about Bitcoin is that you don't only have to kind of trade this to the upside to make money. You can also trade this to the downside and make money. You can short and make money. What you should be concerned about is ask yourself this question: is Bitcoin volatile? If the answer is yes, you are in good shape. You can make money irrespective of the direction that it is taking. Okay, so try and approach this with as less biases as possible. Yes, apply your technical analysis to see where price could very well go. Try and get a good trade in, okay? That way it becomes a very stress-free trade, okay? You are able to manage your trade very, very easily. That's why I am looking at this level. I know that this is a major, major level, and I will be able to manage this trade very easily. So this is Bitcoin on that 4-hour time frame. It is looking weak. For us to get up to this level, I will be looking for price to take out that 21 EMA on the 4-hour. Okay, let's get on to that 1-hour to see what price is doing relative to its 1-hour levels. And what are we doing here? What are we doing? So notice how we are bouncing very, very well off of that beautiful 7,700 region, and we are on the more structure sort of, note. We are kind of, putting in a more bullish structure here. We have these nice, beautiful higher lows. Okay, however, I can see that Bitcoin is struggling to get up there. I believe if we manage to take out this, so we have managed to take that 10 SMA back, and right now price is hovering over that 21 EMA, which is good news. Okay, if we can manage, and we have, I would actually kind of switch off that cloud. I do not want to put on the cloud on the 1-hour time frame. The cloud is a trend trading tool, so it does not have as much of an effect on, time frames as low as the 1-hour. But notice how price is, it's kind of testing that 21 EMA right now. I think if we can take that out and possibly even take out that 55 EMA, I think we could totally see a push to the upside. Okay, that will change the structure. This will have cascading effects onto the structure even on that 4-hour time frame. We could very well see a push to the upside. Okay, with the 4-hour taking back that 10 SMA as well as that testing that 21 EMA, which is in line with that neckline right here. But right now I feel like that 1-hour is actually trying to get up there. Okay, so that's what I will be watching out for. But remember, guys, if this then that, you're looking for a good structural strength on those lower time frames, and that would very much have cascading effects onto time frames such as the 4-hour going all the way up to the 12-hour as well as that daily. Okay, so we are looking for strength over here to see a further push to the upside, testing this region right here. If it does get up here, I will be taking a short. But yeah, this is Bitcoin on that. This is Bitcoin from the 1-hour time frame all the way to the weekly time frame. But this is what I have for you. It is looking bearish, okay, and that's why I am looking to take a short on Bitcoin on that. on the much higher time frames around this region here, from 8,600 all the way down to 8,400. And so Bitcoin, let's get onto Link USD. Let's start with Link USD. Oopsies, I'm so tired today. What is wrong? Let's start with Link USD, Coinbase, and bada bing bada boom. Where are we? Okay, this is Link USD on the 1 hour time frame. Let's get onto that daily and see what Link is doing relative to its higher time frames and the levels on its higher time frames, if my chart loads, of course. Load. Okay, now the first thing I see, guys, I am pattern queen, so of course it only applies if the first thing I see is a goddamn pattern. And what do you know, guys? I see this beautiful double top. Okay, now the neckline to which is sitting at around $3.48, roughly, of course. And if we take the measured move, I believe I've already drawn in the measured move sitting here at $2.05. But anyways, we will go ahead and, you know, kind of verify that. And if we break here, and yeah, leave it up to me to have my measured moves already smacked on my chart, huh? But no, this is the measured move. I'm actually going to draw this as a proper horizontal line to see if this has any sort of significance, you know, with past price action. Has this been a good horizontal? It has, actually. This is also good support, guys. It's got some price history to it, so definitely a decent enough support. I will be looking at that if and only if, of course, we break this pattern to the downside with sufficient volume. I'm looking for that beautiful volume to confirm that break. But guys, what is to note here is that Link has been one of the strongest trending altcoins this cycle. Okay, now I wouldn't want to play against that bullish momentum, quite frankly, on Link. But let's go ahead and kind of, you know, get a more holistic view on this by checking out, you know, seeing what it's doing relative to its cloud. If my cloud comes on, like, my internet's so laggy today. Okay, so now here it is, the cloud, okay, on that daily time frame. Link has been trending really well on that 21 EMA. Every time it does start trending, it trends very well on the 21 EMA, albeit we don't have much price history to confirm that. But let's just say with what we have in front of us, it has been doing pretty damn well relative to that daily 21 EMA. But and notice the first sort of tell over here was as soon as we lost the 21 EMA, bounced off of the Kijun, beautiful C-span trade, came back up, lost it for the third time here. Okay, I do believe that Link USD could very well get down to that Kijun here, sitting at $3.56. Could we bounce here? Maybe. I mean, it's the Kijun after all. It's not a level to be scoffed at. And I do believe that the 55 EMA is somewhere close to that spot right there. I believe it's this white line here, but let's let it come up. And there you go, guys. That is the 55 EMA on the daily time frame as well. That is about 1.97%. For the amount of volatility on this chart, 1.97% is not much for Link USD at all, okay? So that is a very tight range of support, and price could very well bounce off of that. This confluence there, that is something to note. Let's get onto that 2-day time frame to see if there's anything else here that, you know, Link could very well hold as support. All right, so here we are, guys, the ribbon on that 2-day time frame. No confluence around these levels right here. However, notice how we are holding that 21 EMA on the 2-day, okay? So there is, I feel like Link, there's too much underlining support, okay, before it actually hits the neckline right here, sitting at around that $3.45 level. So there's a lot to break before we actually get down here. This could still very well bounce from here. So definitely something to watch out for. Let's get on to that 2-day cloud. Is there anything there, any confluence at all? And what do you know, guys? That Tenkin is actually sitting right on top of that 2-day 21 EMA. Once again, confluence. There's way too much, holy shoot, way too much support to really fight Chainlink on at this point, okay? Like, this could very well sort of, you know, just given the amount of support we have underneath us, this could very well bounce from here, or hell, even bounce from here. So this is not something that I would, you know, put past Chainlink. It's been a rather bullish chart so far this cycle. So Chainlink on that on those higher time frames. Let's get onto the 4-hour. Anything here? Anything on that 4-hour time frame? I mean, we are being held down by that 21 EMA. How about the 10 SMA? Anything along the 10? Okay, and we've been pretty choppy along the 10 SMA, but I feel like if Chainlink, if Link USD has to make a further sort of push to the upside, the first thing I would sort of look for is for Chainlink to take back that 21 EMA. Okay, in terms of a pattern play, we could very well be seeing a potential sort of, you know, falling wedge. If you see this with me right now, it's pretty much this going all the way to, oh, could either be a falling wedge, hell, or even a descending triangle. So careful there, careful there. This could be either or, quite frankly. But for this to actually turn bullish, I will be looking for Chainlink to take out this 21 EMA on the 4-hour time frame to see a further sort of continuation to the upside. But the level, notice how this red line here is that 2-day 21 EMA. Okay, we are holding that as support even on that 4-hour time frame. So if we want to see this, you know, actually stay. So if you want to see this actually have a turn, okay, bullish turn, first of all, you'll be looking for this red line to hold as support. Second, you'll be looking for that 21 EMA to be taken out. I think if it can do that, chances are we're going up. Okay, so this is Link on that 4-hour. How about on that 1-hour? Anything on the 1-hour? Okay, so Chainlink on the 1-hour time frame. Now, oof, this could very well actually be a descending triangle at play, so careful there, guys, careful. And quite honestly, just put on that ribbon. I'm just gonna, you know, leave aside the cloud on the 1-hour time frame, but this is a bearish crossover for Chainlink on the 1-hour time frame. We have the 55 over the 21, which is over the 10 SMA. Bearish. That's a bearish ribbon crossover right now. And notice how price is being held down by the 10 SMA. If we keep holding that as resistance and we do have a break, chances are we could very well come down, you know, perhaps even test these levels right here. Basically the daily levels for Link USD, which is pretty much that 55 EMA, and I believe we have that cloud Kijun sitting right there. So be careful of that. I feel like if this, you know, if the structural sort of weakness continues on that 1-hour time frame, I will not be surprised if we actually make our way all the way down to that daily, those daily levels on that daily Kijun, and possibly even meeting the neckline of that overall M-like formation at around that $4.47 region. Okay, now this is what I have for you on Link USD. Let's go to Link BTC. Link BTC, what are you doing? What are you doing? So Link BTC on that 1-hour time frame. Let's get on to the much higher time frames to see if anything is happening there. Okay, and Pattern Queen does see something. However, the first thing I'm going to go over is just, you know, price relative to, well, the levels. And what do you know? We have lost that 10 SMA. 10 SMA, which we actually trend pretty damn well on when, you know, Link does start trending. But we have lost it for the second time, I believe. Has it been the second time? Actually, yes, it has. So we've lost it for the second time. However, we are meeting support at around that 497 sat level, which is this horizontal I'm getting from these wicks right here. Now, note that Chainlink BTC, you know, it's at that region where there's not much resistance overhead, okay? It did reach a level of price discovery. So that is something to note. So there's not many levels to go off of if you're looking at horizontals, okay? However, we still have our 10 SMA, the 21 EMA, as well as the 10 As things stand right now, we have lost that 10 SMA. However, this candle has not closed yet. Okay, so that's something to note. Candle has not closed yet. We could still very well close over that 10 SMA on the next daily close. Let's get onto that 12-hour time frame, see if there's anything playing out there. And okay, so we did, now the last 12-hour close, which we closed not too long ago, actually a couple of hours ago, we did lose the 10 SMA as well as the Tenkin, both of which we were holding for the past 2 days now. Okay, we lost that in one fell swoop, and right now price is hovering below the 21 EMA. Okay, and notice, guys, when Chainlink starts to trend, okay, it actually does damn well on that 10 SMA. This is something I've observed in the past as well. When Chainlink starts to trend, it does very, very well on that 10. So pay attention to how price is reacting off of that 10, and notice how we lost it now. Okay, this was a good bullish solace in that we took that 10 SMA back and we were holding it for 2 days. Okay, however, we did lose it on the more immediate sort of 12-hour close. So something to note, I do believe that is weakness. And not just that, there's another thing I am noticing on this chart. Now, this is the pattern queen in me that's talking. She's taken over. But this is what I see. I don't know why none of my horizontals are working. She's taken over, but this is what I see. Now, we're gonna confirm this, of course, with our, you know, with our volume nodes. Put on that volume. Is this anything? Could this be anything? And I believe it starts from here. Yeah. I think the volume nodes match. I think this could very well be a symmetrical triangle at play on that 12-hour time frame for Chainlink. And if we do break this boy to the downside, okay, Chainlink will be taken to, drumroll, bada bing, bada boom, right here, which is around that 370 sat level. I'm going to mark this with a beautiful horizontal, see if there's any. Of course, this is a major horizontal, even on that 12-hour time frame. Let's get on to notice how the wicks performed relative to this measured move over here, right? So this is a major, whoa, guys, whoa. Okay. Major level, guys, a major level. If this symmetrical triangle playing out on that 12-hour time frames does break to the downside, it comes all the way down to a major horizontal at around that 370 sat level. So watch out for that, okay? I do believe it has the right volume profile to go with that symmetrical triangle. But that's what we're looking at in terms of a potential pattern play. Back to the cloud. Is anything on the cloud? Put the 10 SMA on. We did lose the 10 SMA. Yes, we did. So, but the more immediate sort of support below us, and notice how that diagonal is technically almost very close to being in line with that 21 EMA on the daily. I believe the impetus to breaking that would be also us losing the 21 EMA on the daily. So definitely something to watch out for. Let's get on to the much lower time frames to see if that's painting another picture for us. And no, guys, once again, this is bearish. I mean, we are underneath all the major levels, 10 SMA as well as the 21, as well as the Tenkin, as well as the 55. Let's go ahead and put on that ribbon. Let's see what price is doing relative to our EMAs. And guys, again, we are kind of, we have not closed a candle below the 55 EMA, but I do believe if we do, chances are we're coming down here. Okay, the bottom of this, basically it's diagonal right here at around that 482 sat level, which is also in line with the daily 21 EMA. How about the 1 hour? Anything on the 1 hour? And I do believe actually that price, and this is, I think this is where I'm getting that horizontal ray from. This is something I was looking at much earlier. But I do believe that price did break out of a symmetrical triangle that was playing out on much lower time frames. So if I just clear my chart of all the ribbons and I just look at this structure right here, I do believe it had the right sort of volume profile to go with it. But this was the measured move, was it? Okay, it's right here actually. There we go. That is the measured move. Actually, let's go ahead and put on those volume notes to kind of confirm that the measured move will be taken from here. Okay, yeah, that's about it. So I'm going to knock off this horizontal ray, but this is the measured move, meeting the measured move of this symmetrical triangle that price did just break out of. I think will take us, will officially, help price break this much larger symmetrical triangle that's playing out on that 12-hour time frame. But that is definitely something to watch out for. But as price stands right now, it is looking weak even on the lower time frames. Okay, and notice how we have lost this horizontal here. I can't really give it too much importance on the higher time frames, considering there's not a lot of price action to go off of. However, on the lower time frames, it appears to be a rather decent level here. This horizontal sitting at around that 497 level. I do believe if we close a 4 hour underneath this level, okay, now watch out for this. If we close a 4 hour underneath this level, we're making our way down further. Okay, so that is something to watch out for. Now, this is all I have for you for Bitcoin, as well as Chainlink. And with this, guys, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way, guys. Ciao.